Assalomu alaykum. Mana bugun sizlar bilan yangi speaking mavzusida gaplashamiz. Today's speaking question is describe a time you made a promise to someone. You should see that whom you made the promise to and what the promise was and why you made the promise and was the promise was easy to do or not. Okay, before starting to speak, we should think about the vocabulary that we can use. First one is make a promise. Va'da bermoq, accomplish the promise, va'dani bajarmoq, keep the promise, va'dasida turmoq, stubborn bu injiq degani va consult someone kimdandir maslahat olmoq. Okay, next step is called brainstorming. We should think about the ideas that we're gonna use while speaking. Okay, whom I made the promise to, it was to my parents. And what the promise was to change myself and to set some goals, to try hard to achieve academic, personal and professional development. And why I made this promise? Because I admire my parents, because my parents have already supported me, and besides that, it was, I think, high time to make a promise. And what the promise was easy to achieve, I think it was hard enough because I had a fewer sleeping hours, fewer entertaining hours, and besides that, there was more pressure to do. Endi mana shu fikrlardan foydalanib sizlar bilan gapirishni mashq qilamiz. Honestly, I do not like making a promise because it may impact relationships negatively. Whenever I make a promise, I will do my best to accomplish the promise. Now I'm going to speak about one promise I made several years ago. I was 17 years old and I was a final year pupil at the Lyceum. I was so stubborn and playful that I had no academic and personal plan. I hadn't thought about which university I could apply for and what profession I could choose. One day my parents made me make a promise to change myself and try hard to achieve personal and professional development. My parents have always supported me in all aspects, so I couldn't reject that time. While making the promise, I didn't know how difficult to keep the promise. And then I started to consult my teacher and asked my teacher to find my hidden talents. He said that I had a desire to be a businessman due to my self-confidence and independence. Then I started to attend extracurricular courses and hired tutors to study math, English and Uzbek. There were cases when I regretted making the promise because sometimes I slept fewer hours. I lacked time to enjoy with my friends, attending parties and traveling. However, when I was able to pass university entrance exam successfully, my mind and emotions changed completely. I felt that I had changed from nobody to somebody. I was happy because I saw happiness on the faces of my parents. I gained the belief of my teachers and parents as well. I suppose that it was due to keeping the promise and making my parents happy. Endi mana shu namunadan foydalanib siz ham o'zingiz hikoya to'qib bu haqda gapirishni mashq qiling va sizga omad tilayman.